cute apple cake pops. I'm gonna make 2 separate cake pops. I'm gonna show you how to make one with little eyeballs on them, and then the other one is just gonna be a plain apple. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna break up your cake or your cupcakes into crumbs. You want doing this, we're just going to break it up with our fingers, or you can use a food processor. And we're gonna just make sure there's no leftover clumps in here. I'm gonna take my frosting and a spoon, and I'm just gonna scoop out a little bit of frosting at a time, and then mix it in with the crumbs and use my hands to roll out little balls. Just gauge with your hands. Once you can roll a ball and it no longer falls apart, then it's ready. So try not to worry about them being perfectly round at this point. Just try to make sure that they are around the same size. Put these in the fridge for about 15 minutes. Okay, so I just took these out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape them into the apples. What you can do is you can just leave them that they are, just roll them, re-roll them, and make them just round. Or if you are a little bit more adventurous, you could go ahead and add a little shape to them. Just pinch the bottom a little bit to give them a nice apple-y shape. And then the top. Just like that. And if you decide to go with just the round shape, make sure that you make a spot at the top for a little indent for where your stem will be. Just use your finger and press it in. For this next step, you're just going to need to melt your candy melts, and then take your lollipop sticks, just the tip into your melted chocolate, and insert it into the base of your apple about halfway. In the fridge for another 15 minutes, just until the candy melts have hardened inside of each of them. So I melted my candy melts, and I'm going to dip my cake pops into my candy melts and then place them into my cake pop stand to dry. Fondant, I just have a little bit. I'll sprinkle some cornstarch onto the countertop, roll out this fondant, and I'm going to use the end of this tip to make the leaves of my apples. Tootsie Roll, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to break little chunks off of my Tootsie Roll, roll it between my fingers, I dip it into my candy melts, and then place it on top of each of my apples. And then I'm going to dip my leaf into my candy melts and then place it right next to the stem. Here's a tip I want to throw out there. I'm going to be using some of my Crisco oil between my fingers to keep the Tootsie Roll from sticking to my fingers as I'm applying it to the top of the apple. Part, adding faces to these guys. I'm going to be using the eyeballs that I bought from the store. These are made by Wilton, and I'm going to add them to the front of each apple using my toothpick dipped into my red candy melts and applied to the face. Looking so cute. All they need is some smiles and some eyelashes. In order to put the smile and the eyelashes on, I'm going to use my black decorating icing fitted with tip number 2, and I'm going to put them on. Here are the back to school apple cake pop treats that we made today. I will be posting pictures of these on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts, and if you subscribe to my channel, you'll be kept up to date with my weekly Wednesday tutorials. Thank you for watching Miss Trendy Treats. Bye bye guys! We're gonna make our mix really crummy. Crumbly.
That word?
Yes. Look, I will be twisting. You're going to put it back in the fridge for another 15. Take a leaf, dip it into the red, and then I'm going to take a... Recording?
Yes.
Here comes my favorite part. Oh wait, don't move it. There.
Got it.
Got it.